11/21, 2013. Hope you guys are having a good day. This is just a little bit of an update from what's gone on since I last posted a video. Well, the closer it gets to when God comes back, the worse things get. Lately, in the last, I'd say last week or two, I think it's NSA that's doing this, or TSA, and probably more TSA, law enforcement. But over in 30 cities across the United States, they are doing kind of a road test on the public. And what I mean by that is they set up a roadblock. You'll pull into an area where they have it blocked off. They divert you to a parking lot. And then law enforcement shows up. Basically, if you want to get out of there quickly, you just do what they say. I wouldn't do any of this if it happened to me, and none of you should. But apparently, it's supposed to be whether you've been drinking or not. It has nothing really to do with that. They offer you $10 for a saliva swab test. Then $50 to take your blood, and then you can also bypass all that and just breathe into a breathalyzer. Now they're doing this during the middle of the day, work hours. People have called and complained to the law enforcement centers in their cities, and what they're being told is that they know nothing about these tests and that it is from the federal government. So that goes to show you that the TSA or the Obama's new military/police force is going out doing random tests, and I think it's DNA extracting. I believe that's what they want. Same way with the RFID chips that are coming in the future. They want your DNA. They want to know how to track you all the way down to branding you like an animal. Now, you don't have to do these, especially when they're not identifying themselves as true law enforcement. It's probably TSA/military. I keep leaving out the military in this, but I think the military has something to do with this as well. But it's not good, and it's happened in over 30 cities, and it's going on right now. So people should really throw a fit over this. And what if it is your 16-year-old daughter coming back from school driving, or son? They pull into one of these. Do you know how terrifying that would be to them? You know, we just can't assume it's just going to be us. What about your children? What if you just got back from a hunting trip? You got your truck loaded with guns, and they're all being packed and unloaded legally. You got your FOID card, but they don't like you that you have weapons. And let's say you're an ex-military. Well, they're even going to look at you even closer. It's an excuse not only to get your DNA, but other excuses to take away guns if they find them. The other thing is that why this is going on, and the Walmarts beginning across the United States, the Obamacare has little terminals set up, little computer areas set up to where you can go sit down, do an automated insurance quote, and information sent into the Obamacare facility on getting a quote on insurance. Now, the insurance has one thing that's on it that they don't bring up when you first sit down, but on the insurance scanners, computer/scanners I call them, they have hand scanners on there to pick up your RFID chip. Now, not everybody's got the RFID chip, but why are they putting these in? And why do they have a place for you to scan your hand? Tells me that that's what they're getting ready to do in the very, very near future. And why would they do that? Because the end of cash? and something going on in our economic world that causes us all to have to be microchipped. Now, you wouldn't be putting these things in Walmart and having these hand scanners on them for nothing. You can also, right now, until they get everybody microchipped, which won't be me, they have basically like a keyboard and a touch screen where you fill in all your information. It tells you too, by the way, that if you don't get your health insurance, the fines and penalties that go with it, and that they increase every year. A very nice socialistic program. So that's going on. More evil. Evil is increasing as we speak. Just like this gentleman right here, this warrior, what he has to fight up against. The Walking Dead, and that's basically what you're dealing with. When I read reports of parents having a 5-year-old child put in a baby crib made into a little prison, a cage, having her handcuffed to the corner of the baby crib, she's starving to death, starving so bad that she ends up feeding on her own arm, try to stay alive. Police luckily got in time, found out, I don't know how they found out that this was going on, went in and took the child, arrested the parents. While investigating the parents, they found another child that was dead, the corpse of one. So this is some of the stuff that's walking around. And it just seems to get worse and worse and worse by the day. A little update with Comet Ison as well. Comet Ison right now is traveling about 150,000 miles an hour. It is about 37 million miles from the sun. It will be at its closest point to the sun November 28th. Now, there was a giant X-class flare that exploded a couple of days ago, and it was directed right at Comet Ison. Some say that it may not survive this X-class flare. If it does, that means it's one tough comet or something else. It also has chances of breaking up when it gets closer to the sun while it's whipping around the sun. Now, if it breaks up while it's going around the sun, that means it's going to be pointing all the debris right at Earth. December 16th, I believe it's when it's its closest point to Earth. Now, it's supposed to be above us, but they really don't know that. That's just a theory. It could go more south and come right at us. Nobody knows. I guess we'll know right after November 28th on how this thing's going to spiral around the sun. But when it gets to the sun, it's going to be traveling about 8 million miles an hour, which right now it's doing about 3 million. So it's something to keep an eye on. The sun is really, every time that Comet Ison seems to get a straight-on shot with the sun, we have an X-class or M-class flare. So it is definitely reacting to this comet. We also have 3 other comets that are in our solar system. I believe it's Comet Inky, Lovejoy, and there's another one, I can't think of the name of it, and then of course we have Comet Ison. All of them are in the solar system right now, which Comet Ison I believe is the only one that is sun diving directed. So we'll have to see how things are going. Earthquakes are definitely picking up. We've had a lot of upper 5s, 6s. We had a 7.8 not too long ago down by the Antarctic. A lot of things increasing. We have 3 to 4 volcanoes that went off yesterday. We have an island appearing over by Japan, a volcanic island. Mexico, South America, the Philippines all have volcanoes erupting right now. We are definitely having giant earth changes all at once, and they're just increasing by the day. The closer it seems like Ison is getting, the worse these are getting. Call it a coincidence? I don't know. I just don't believe in coincidences. But this is a time to really have a one-on-one with our Lord Jesus Christ. He put signs in the heavens, and the moon and the stars, for us to know about His soon return. He also said the world would be like the days of Noah before His return, which was utterly evil. It's when the fallen angels mixed with man, when they were so corrupt, and they formed the Nephilim, the giants, that fed on each other, not just each other, but man themselves. And only Noah's family and him were righteous in the eyes of God, were untouched, did not mix with the fallen angels. The number 8 means new beginnings. It was a new beginning, because He had to destroy the whole planet that was infected by these things. So we're becoming the same way it was in Noah's time. All this GMO foods, all the, why do you think our evil government is infatuated with DNA? Are they trying to do something with our DNA like they did in the days of Noah? I don't know. The fallen angels had a different way of doing it back then. They got their henchmen now doing it. So you better hang on to your seats. It's going to get fast. And I have a feeling between now and I would say mid-December probably, we're going to find out what happens November 28 with this Comet Ison. Now, it might not be Comet Ison. It could be something else that's causing all this. It could be just the fury of God. But Comet Ison started doing this, and the earth started changing drastically, and the sun started changing drastically from October 1st. I'm just saying, it's awful coincidental. And will it survive this X-class flare and going around the sun? Only God knows. But if it does, it's going to be pointing right at us once it gets around that other side of the sun. And who knows what that'll do with the debris trail and everything else that goes with it. So anyway, this is some heads up. A lot of Christians right now are taking flack, especially ones that are having visions and dreams, even from their own kind. This is not the time to go against each other. Pray with discernment. Make sure that what this person or persons are telling or saying about their vision that they've had is biblical. And don't throw them all, don't throw them all under the bus. There's some good ones out there right now taking a lot of flack. So anyway, you guys have a great day. We'll have to see how things go in the next, well, this is the 21st. So we're going to have to see how things go in the next 6-7 days. Anyway, you guys have a great day.